What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, I got something weird, maybe? This is just a crazy player profile that I had to spotlight, and with the use of my new VOD downloader or whatever tool, I gotta come up with a real name for it. Suggestion. Give me a suggestion what I should actually call that. But with the use of my new tool, I actually got some VODs of this player. So this is Akikaze. They play on the Taiwanese server. They're currently ranked 89, about 900 LP. They peaked about, over 1,000 LP, 1030-ish LP. And a few days ago, January 20th, they were sitting at 400 LP. You can also see just this is a crazy, profile for so many reasons, but their games played is just insane. 1329 games played. But if you watch this person play, you can understand why they have so many games played. Look, we'll talk about it when we get into it. But okay, so January 20th, they're about 400 LP, ran it up to 1,000 LP. Now they're sitting at like 900 LP, but still very, very high up there. Top 100 on the Taiwanese server. But the even more weird thing about their profile is when you go look at their units, this is someone who I pulled up the last 100, so you can see last 189 games there's an Mbessa on their board, 80 games there's a Tristana on their board, 73 there's a Garen on their board. So you can see they're really playing into this 4 Emissary setup. But also, what else are they playing? Rel, Swain, Mordekaiser. This is someone who, and if you go into the traits, they're almost always playing 4 Emissary, and very often they're playing Conqueror. Look at this, 52 games of 4 Conqueror, 23 games of 6 Conqueror. So I mean, those together are the huge majority of their games. Almost every game they're angling for 4 Emissary and some amount of Conqueror. And then there's a third piece of it that we'll only be able to actually see in the VOD itself. So, let's get into the VOD and start talking. Once again, I needed to work on my my VOD tool a little bit. So we're at 2-1 here, so we've seen Akikaze has taken their first augment already, but this makes a lot of sense. If they're always going to be playing around Mbessa, why not, take the Edge of Night augment, guarantee that you're going to have that Edge of Night. So makes a lot of sense, but you can start to see, what Akikaze is doing, and what is really weird about this playstyle is, look at it. We lost the first fight. We're not even level 4 yet, even though, we could be pushing for stuff like Pit Fighter. We could be making slams like Last Whisper, but no, Akikaze plays this setup. He plays Conqueror from Lost Streak almost every single game, which is it doesn't make any sense to me, I will say straight up. It just seems like an odd choice. Conquer, obviously a trait where you want to be amassing stacks very, very quickly. But I think the idea is, very similar to the player that we've VOD reviewed who played around, Scrap Corky and just hard force Scrap Corky every game. Lost Streaking makes it so that you can basically handpick your items, makes it so you can handpick your units, like stuff like Swain, get that off carousel early. And so, if you want to be hard forcing a comp like this, then why not, why not just Lost Streak and then roll it down stage 4 and hit your board. Also, I think I'm realizing that probably in my team planner, I have a board full of enforcers. So maybe I should get rid of that, because you're going to see enforcers highlight the entire game. And I don't think that's Akikaze's team planner. I think that is probably my team planner. So apologies on that as I'm looking at it. But look, we're still getting through everything. So yeah, there's the rel, there's the BT made. So actually, let's do a quick pause and pull back up the profile. Yeah, let's pull this up. Am I leaking anything? No, not really. All right, let's go to items here, because I'm actually really, yeah, this is really interesting as well, just to peer into like the items that this player is making every game. So a lot of Quicksilver, BT, Titan's Resolve, a lot of JG actually, which seems wild to me, Morello's ship, but okay, really prioritizing Quicksilver, BT. Titan's Resolve is kind of interesting, because you don't think of Titan's Resolve as actually being that good of an Mbessa item. I've heard that Mbessa really, really likes to play more around just kind of those front-loaded items, stuff like Sterax, stuff like BT, stuff like Edge of Night. So yeah, kind of interesting. But okay, we're going into this fight. Still, we have the double slams, but no upgrades made at this point. And maybe you could say, maybe Akikaze is having like a weak early game, but they don't normally play for that. But no, I watched some other VODs, and there are quite a few games. You can see why this is a player who, ran it up to about 1,000 LP, but, ran it down about 100 LP in, a day or two. This is a person where very, very often they'll just full open, go to, you know, stage 4, roll to their board, and if they don't hit, there are a few eighths in there. So, but you know, on the same hand, you know, obviously this is a very first or eighth style of playing, but you know, in the same way, this is a style that allowed them to run up 600 LP in a few days. So, you know, clearly there's something to this strategy, which I really want to understand, because yeah, very, very weird to me. Also, I guess I just realized the board that they're on, this is like the Noxus board, which is kind of hilarious. You know, they're playing fully into the full Noxus idea. I guess there's not like a Noxus little legend that you can use, so they're using the Seraphine one, but yeah, kind of hilarious. Okay, item wise here, I mean, we're quite rich here. Yeah, pre-level up to, or just full really level up to level 5, because yeah, we're so rich from the 5 loss. And I mean, it's a common strategy if you want to force a comp to just say, you know what, I am going to just essentially full open, lets me get to level 8 with a lot of gold, the most gold you can possibly get. And if the board really stabilizes hard on 8, then you can start getting your Conqueror stacks. Then, and theoretically, you're going to get way more Conqueror stacks, you know, stage 4, stage 5, when there's more units on the board, and when you have 4 Conqueror, even potentially 6 Conqueror in. So this is probably, yep, this is going to be our first win here. So going to start the wins here. First real augment select that we actually get to look at after that other one. Powered shields, I mean, we have a BT, so that's going to grant us like a shield with powered shields. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything in this comp that loves powered shields too much. Wow, I'm surprised that that's an immediate roll here. Then rolls all the shimmers, leaving Pandora's open here. I mean, Noble Sack seems fine. Spear's Will. I don't know actually what you want to slam out of Spear's Will, but if you want to start making AP items, that's, you know, an option that you go for. Wow. Wait, this is crazy to me as well. Taking the gold gen one and going to make Collector here, going to make Last Whisper, put the GP onto the board. Whoa, this is crazy. All right, so all the shimmers in this spot. I mean, Collector is a very solid item in general. Crit chance, pretty mediocre generically on Draven, because like, or really the thing is you don't want spell crit on Draven. The Last Whisper, I mean, this is a slam that I was looking at last stage. I was kind of surprised that that Akikaze didn't want to make that, but I mean, I guess it makes sense when you're trying to play for Lost Streak. But now that we want to fight, just start making the full slams, and we have this gold gen artifact here, so we want to be picking up you know, as many kills as possible here. And yeah, we actually farm a little bit of gold, so not bad there. The TF highlighted in the, I'll go fix that. I'll go fix that literally like right after this. I'm going to go into my team planner and unhighlight everything. But I mean, okay, holding on to the Draven. I'm kind of interested actually in seeing. Also, we should probably have a scout coming up soon here, I think. What I've realized is I should set up the scouts to be like for certain stages. That's not like exactly something that you can do, but I should probably have a scout set up like end of stage 2 for people who are playing Lost Streak, and then maybe like 4-1 have a scout. But I don't know. I literally just threw it at 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and 30 minutes, I think is what I have the settings at right now. So, you know, it's everything's a work in progress on this thingy. All right, we have all these AP items, so I'm curious to see. All right, we're gonna pick up the sword here. That wasn't on any unit that we really care about, right? I think that's on a Zoe. So yeah, I don't think this was picked up for the unit itself. I think it was picked up. I mean, I guess it could be picked up for the IE, but like once again, IE Draven, not the best. So I'm actually curious to see what this ends up being, and if it is an IE, is that going to go somewhere else later? Is that going to sit on Draven? Because I mean, if we're playing for 4 Conqueror the entire game, I mean, you could leave it on to get. I don't know. This strategy makes no sense to me. I will be real. So I'm really curious to see what stage 4 looks like, because you know, the games, I watched a couple games, like I said, where this player went 8th, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. So I'm really curious to see what the stage 4 actually looks like to really understand the power of this. But yeah, continue the loss streak here. A bit sad, actually, that we went on 3-1, because if we had continued our loss streak, we'd be making 3 gold. We're down kind of like 12-ish gold, a little bit less than that, like 10-ish gold from breaking our loss streak, which feels bad. But upside here is a lot of gold here. I wonder if the All That Shimmers was even an idea, just to all right, let's take a peek at everybody here. So we have an Enforcers player who, yeah, very clearly playing into Enforcers. This person playing into some kind of like Sork reroll idea. This is cool. You know, like the Swain plus Nami type reroll idea. This person playing double scrap augments. Yeah, this person playing Renata. This person playing a Lost Streak into almost looks like scrap as well. Maybe some kind of Enforcer setup. We'll see. I mean, they have Corky pairs, seems, but they're not holding all the scrap units. That's a weird board, actually. Like it's not scrap, right? They don't have powder. I guess they have Trundle, but they're not holding it right now. This is, and we're back to Akikaze, actually. Okay. And I didn't get to scout last place because I was lazy and used the It does scout the entire board, but look, it's whatever. Who cares? The last place player, we'll just pretend that they're going to go 8th, surely. All right, Akikaze, one more loss here, down to 40 HP and 66 gold. Maybe. I also don't actually know what portal we're in. We're in double gold augment, so maybe it's the triple gold augment Vander one. We'll see if there's Mel's Blessing, I guess, but no Mel's Blessing here. So gonna start selling off these units, and look at this. Akikaze just getting really, really ready for that 4-1. He's selling off all the units that we're not gonna play, saying, you know, I don't care about all these extra units. We're gonna roll down specifically for the one board that we want, and I'm just so excited to see the roll down and see what the board looks like. We could here, I'll bring the roll down a bit just to see if maybe I'll bring it to 1.5x speed. How about that? To see if there's anything interesting. Yeah, holding on to stuff like the Savika makes sense. Caitlin, I know she's highlighted my team planner, and yeah, I'm sorry for trolling you guys. There's the Ambessa. We're still waiting on Nami, right? Oh no, we do have Nami on bench, so we can fit that in for Emissary. We picked up Swain, so that would be the 4 Conqueror here. And there's the board. Okay, so it's 4 Conch, 4 Emissary, but we do have an open slot, right? Because we have a Conch Emissary unit, so we can fit the Corki here. That's where all the AD items are going to go. Makes perfect sense. And these AD items are going to sit on the Darius for now. We'll see if we move them over. And yeah, we pick up a Redemption here. We have the IE. We have these other components that are a little bit awkward in this spot, so curious to see what those end up being. You could make, like, I don't know, something weird like a Renans, I guess, but I'm not excited about it. Also, we're holding on to the Vi and the Kate here. I don't imagine, I mean, maybe you just, you know, fit those on your board to do good stuff. Piercing Lotus, a lot of these seem bad. Climb the Ladder actually seems pretty reasonable, but nobody likes this augment. Wow, Piercing Lotus here, actually quite interesting in a spot where we already have an LW. We have a lot of stuff already in this spot, so I'm kind of surprised about the Piercing Lotus pickup here. But okay, pick up the Corki too. Yeah, I kind of hate Piercing Lotus in this spot. I will be real. But I mean, it is crit chance onto the Ambessa, which is something cool. It is, you know, giving a little bit of extra crit chance for the Corki. It is also MR Shred, which we lack for, you know, some of our other units. But okay, we've gotten to most of the board. We're really lacking, obviously, the Ambessa 2 at this point and some extra upgrades. But we can start getting those big Conqueror stacks, right? Every kill is 3 stacks here. So we're already almost up to 65 here. So yeah, this is, okay, I'm starting to get the idea, right? So like, think of this similar to the Corki comp. You're still playing Corki on your board, so you actually, you know, you don't get out of Corki, but it, you know, it's stabilized really hard as well. That's a Mordekaiser pickup as well. That's nice. So I guess, yeah, that goes in there, and yeah, you play that just over the rel is the idea. And also, yeah, you can even move these items over the second that you pick up the Mordekaiser. The, you know, 1-star Ambessa, not the best item carrier, but the Mordekaiser, a very nice item carrier. Only problem is, I don't know how you would actually fit Dominator onto this board, so maybe you're just playing no Dom Mordekaiser and just saying he's going to get enough stats from the from the fact that we have this this trade in. Oh, there's just a lot of gold flowing around the Conqueror in, and like I guess he's getting a little bit of stuff from Emissary. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. There's so much still I don't completely understand. Well, now that we have the Mordekaiser, I was going to say we could pick up something like a Nashor's. I mean, you still can. It's on a 1 cost. We're going to pick up the Chain Vest here. The idea being what? Like a Gargoyle or something? I mean, there was a lot of Titans being built, so I wonder if there's a Titans in our future, but I don't know. Titans here? Pick up an Echo here. I mean, our board's still not... Yeah, wow, Titans Mord. Can we do a stats check on this, actually? Because I'm not that, you know, of a believer. Mordekaiser. I just want to look at Mordekaiser and then go to items, then look at Titans Resolve. It's positive delta. Why are they so excited? And this is where you can see, like, this is what I was going to say about, like, this is a player who, like, you can tell. I mean, it's not that they're playing TFT with their brain off, essentially, but this type of playstyle, hard force, and then just roll it down 4-1 and hit your board. This is someone who just loves just getting the games in on TFT and, like, honestly, probably turning their brain off a little bit. And, you know what? Not to call out anyone, but I know you like that play style too. I know you just want to have a comp that you can hard force and play, and oh, you know, I'll just play this comp every single game, and it's so broken that it works. And you know, hey, maybe this is that strat. We'll see. Titanic Strikes, Dragon Soul Corki, yeah, very, very appropriate here. So I think that makes perfect sense. And we pick up the Garen too, so we're almost there onto, you know, a board that is not bad at this point. Now I wonder how you ever actually get 6 Konkin in this board. Probably you have to have a +1 to really be interested in it, and then you could maybe play the +1 and just play 6 Conk over the Corki. But, you know, I can't imagine we're going to go level 10 to play 6 Conk, and I can't imagine that we are going to, I mean, definitely at this point, cut Corki. I guess you could theoretically get out of some of the Emissary, but that's not really happening now that we have the Garrod too. So, yeah, I like this positioning a lot as well. Kind of protects the Mord a little bit so that he's not going to, like, straight up die, but, you know, doesn't doesn't protect him so much that he's not like taking aggro and getting Titan stacks. I mean, to be fair, the Edge of Night healing item, you know, like this Mordekaiser does look pretty good. That's a full lobby scout. So let's take a peek at the lobby again real quick on this full lobby scout here. Actually, I'll wait until it resets here because, yeah, we're going to just jump through every person a little bit slower. That guy has 6 scrap, 6 Sork. This guy's 4 Emissary. There's, yeah, another Emissary player, and then we get back to Akikaze here. Okay, I mean, yeah, I don't need to, like, full scout everybody here, but it's interesting. It's interesting to scout sometimes. But, yeah, I should set these up so that we get, like, a full scout end of stage 2. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But, yeah, you know, I can't do crazy stuff every day. I'm also interested in this quirky... Oh, I mean, that is going to make the game very interesting. Double Artifact Anvil here. RFC, a fantastic one onto Mordekaiser. I don't think any of these other ones are insane. Mittens, maybe? Wow. I mean, once again, let me do a perusal of the stats check. I mean, there's also, RFC is really, really good. What's insane is Wit's End is actually, I think, the best one stats-wise. Wow, Mittens actually even better. Okay, today I learned Mittens, Mordekaiser. I mean, it makes sense. Bunch of attack speed, DR, increased movement speed, even good. Okay, all right. Today I learned Mittens actually the best artifact on Mordekaiser, so even better than the RFC, which looks kind of bad compared to Mittens there. So good pickup. And then we also have the Wit's End if we want it. We'll have to move some of these items over, but I mean, I think that makes perfect sense. Just Wit's End here. What else would it be? Some crazy Prowler's Claw setup? Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be this setup, and this Mordekaiser is going to be a beast. Wit's End is giving you a lot of healing, so you don't actually have to worry about, you know, building a healing item on Mordekaiser. You're just very, very happy with that. And I guess we're going to finish off with the Ionic Spark. I don't know why this Ionic Spark is not being built, I'll be real. But okay, this is kind of a dream Mordekaiser setup, I'll say. Though, speaking of dreaming, we're dying. Okay, I don't know what the idea there is. I mean, you do have the Dominator. Yeah, like, I was thinking about this. Like, you have the Dominator connection with Ziggs. I mean, Scrap is, like, kind of whatever to get in. I don't think you're that excited about that. This is scary. I mean, yeah, we're going to use the dupe here. I would be so scared here. I would just roll it down. We're 13 HP. Like, I'm so shocked that Akikaze is confident enough in the spot to say, yeah, I lost that last fight, but it's a fluke. I'm gonna win these other fights because, like, you could just die right now. I mean, yeah. I mean, this fight looks really, really scary, but Corki did a lot of work here. We get to see the new cutscene from the. That's kind of interesting that it you know, shows the champions at the bottom there when it does the cutscene. But hey, top 6 locked in at least, and we're still getting those Conqueror stacks. So. There is this idea. I think, in theory, the comp is, you know, you're rolling down, you're stabilizing as hard as the core keyboard, and then you're also getting the upside of getting to those higher Conqueror stacks. So, you know, like if we pull up I'm actually down to just pull this up and look at it here, the Conqueror loot table here, tools, tables, yeah, and pull this up here just to talk about, like, what the big stacks that, like, because these are, like, kind of whatever, you know, getting a component, I think that's actually... Oh, that's what we're saving this spark for. I'm surprised we haven't slammed it, but we're getting a Marshut off this. So we're saving this spark for the idea that we're going to get a component here. We could make a full item maybe onto Mbessa, and then we can use that other component to scrap. The 4 and 5 cost, I mean, 332 star 5 cost is pretty good. I feel like the 400s, like once you had 440, this is where you start snowballing and you just start, like, winning the game for free. Getting a TG, a completed item artifact. When you get to, like, support item anvil, I feel like if someone else hasn't hit, like, an insane board, the game is just kind of over. But I mean, we're still only at 128 stacks. So, I mean, we're getting, you know, 3, if we kill 8 units, we're getting 24 a fight. And so to really get to 400, we need, you know, another, like, 10 fights. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty impossible to actually get to those really high stacks unless you get the huge +1. Pick up the Mordekaiser here with the Quick Striker +1, which is actually pretty funny. This isn't, you know, Mord 2 yet, though. We are eventually going to get a 5 cost out of the kind of anvil, the Dominator thing. So that's something to watch out for. Maybe we can pick up something crazy there. We're going to scrap the Arad onto the Ziggs here. This makes a lot of sense, and we're just kind of hoping that we get some kind of buildable cloak item onto the Mbessa. Remember, one more stack and we're getting a component, so might as well just, you know, greed for this round. We're getting the scrap item onto the Ziggs, which is pretty decent. This is a scary Vi, though. The Corki doing a lot of work with the Dragon Soul here, so we're going to win this fight, get our item here. Okay, and so it's belt, a little bit rough. Oh my god, that is Mordekaiser 2 on level 8. We're also looking at reforging this belt. You have to dig for something better. I mean, Renan's not the worst. Yeah, okay. So the Renans get slammed here, and we're just going to chill. I mean, the Mordekaiser 2, I think this is obvious. The obvious win condition for this comp is if you can get to an itemized Mordekaiser 2. I mean, we made it to level 9. It looked like such a greedy level 9, but we stabilized so hard on the 4 Conch, 4 Emissary version of the board that we actually got to make it to 9. Found Mordekaiser 2, and look at this, top 3 locked in, 200 stacks there. I mean, we're really stacking at this point with the 4 Conch, and still quite far away from that 330. And like I said, the 440 is really what we're like looking for. But I mean, still, it's econ that you get, it's components that you get, it's, you know, just extra stuff. It's the duplicators that you get and stuff like that. It's a lot of value that you get from all this kind of stuff. We take another Edge of Night here for the Edge of Night augment. This is beautiful, though. The Renans, where's that just going to go on? Random Tristana, I guess. I mean, I guess it's whatever. And also, I mean, what else do we have to roll for? Nothing at this spot, so we're going to look at pushing levels. Yeah, Renans, I was honestly thinking about Renans onto the Garen just for attack speed, get him to cast a little bit faster. Why not? It's also, like, he has AD scaling, so yeah, why not? And look at this Mordekaiser go. I mean, it's also, this is so cool because, I mean, you never see people, like, Mordekaiser to me feels like such a strong unit. You know, it feels like when you get to play around Mordekaiser, he's just a monster, but you very rarely actually see people playing around, you know, for Conqueror. You only really see people playing Conqueror with the +1, and even then, you know, if you don't get a running start in this comp, it always feels off, but, you know, maybe this 4 Conqueror, 4 Emissary setup is what you want to go for here. We do a quick full lobby scout here, but we're going to jump back into Akikaze's fight here. Mordekaiser just stomping, and yeah, that's another person beat here with this this cute little, I don't know, I kind of like the Seraphine little legend. It's like, it's all right. It's all right here. All right, but I mean, one more person to go. We have this person at 50 HP, which is, I mean, a lot, honestly, a lot to get through. But if we can get there, we're first. I mean, we have top 2 locked in, which is huge here. This person is the scrap person who has a really crazy scrap setup. They also have the that new infectious anomaly here. So we'll see, is our board good enough to beat the full crazy scrap board? It is not. Yeah, I mean, the board's good, but I mean, this is the new broken anomaly. It's scrap +1. They got all the extra items from scrap. They also got, this is the Echo Vi anomaly. Like, this is one of the most broken augments in the entire game. So I mean, this spot is insane. So I'm not surprised that we oh, sorry, there's my OBS, that we lost to that setup. But still, I mean, a really cool game from an interesting comp. I don't know, try this comp out in your games. I've not seen anybody else playing it, so let me know how it goes. I mean, I can see the idea. Watching it stage 4, stage 5, I definitely saw the idea. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check my Twitch, all my other links, my Metafy, and everything else down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.